Did you know Frank Sinatra used to hang out in Framingham? Well, part of the reason for that was a venue named the Maridor. It stood right behind me on Route 9, where Walgreens stands today, and hosted artists like Ella Fitzgerald, Duke Ellington, and Louis Armstrong. This week, we're looking into the Maridor's history and how it jump-started Framingham's entertainment legacy. I'm Lilia Cormack, and this is the Frame by Frame. What was the Maridor?
Maridor was a pretty special place.
The Maridor was a supper club established in the late 1930s.
It was really more than a supper club. It was about a place of gathering, of dancing, of hearing music, but really the place where people could go and see each other and talk and connect. It was really part of the culture in that era.
The supper club was a hallmark of American towns in the early to mid 20th century, offering patrons fine dining, live music, and dancing. And while it wasn't unique to this area,
Framingham transformed it into an art.
So Framingham was really a center, an epicenter, if you will, of entertainment. There was something special about this area.
People knew that Framingham meant a place for great entertainment, wonderful music, theater, different supper clubs, and the Maridor was one of the key reasons for that.
The Maridor's reputation attracted not just the audiences, but also the artists themselves.
And it also got out amongst entertainers that that's the place to play at a time where people were moving more to city-type entertainment. Framingham still offered world-class type shows.
Some of the venue's most notable performers included Ella Fitzgerald, Louis Prima, Peggy Lee, Duke Ellington, Doris Day, Count Basie, Louis Armstrong, and Tony Bennett. In fact, one of Bennett's most popular songs was first sung in Framingham.
Maybe his best-known song is I Left My Heart in San Francisco. Mm-hmm. But actually the first person to sing it is Vaughn Monroe.
Really?
He sang it here in Framingham.
And he debuted it here?
He debuted it
Wow.
here, and this is the music for it. Vaughn wrote a verse to it. It's good to be in blank. Fill in the city. I'm glad I'm here today, but there'll always be a part of me in the city by the bay. I left my heart. So the first time he sang it, he would have said Framingham.
It was good indeed, especially for music lovers. The Maridor wasn't the only venue in the area. Vaughn Monroe, another icon of the era, established another well-known club in Framingham, the Meadows. That was followed by the Carousel Theater and later Chateau de Ville. And musicians from all of those clubs would gather at the Maridor after their performances.
The Maridor became known supposedly for being a little bit of an after-hours meetup location for several of the really famous stars. So people who were performing at the Carousel and the Meadows and Chateau de Ville, you could imagine Frank Sinatra coming after his big gig at one of these places, loosening up his tie and actually riffing with other musicians at the Maridor.
It was also a social place for musicians, which is just as important.
That riffing and socializing among the country's best musicians was crucial for the genre they all helped develop, big band music, which pulls from nearly every American cultural background imaginable, especially African American rhythms and traditions.
That explodes during the Harlem Renaissance and the Great Migration in the 1920s. And then because it became so popular, the bands had to get bigger to be able to be playing loud enough so people could hear it. And then that was sort of born the big band. For 20 years, it was the most popular music in the United States and actually much of the world because it represented freedom. Jazz music is about freedom and expression and diversity.
Those values are exactly what fascists wanted to suppress during World War II.
What's one of the first things that Nazi Germany did is they banned popular music, Great American Songbook and big bands, because it's diverse background and it's about freedom of expression, So it's got that baked into the history of it.
Music, we couldn't be without it.
And every time we play, we try to honor that tradition. We think about those backgrounds.
Dan and his band will be performing at the History Center's upcoming Big Band Music Weekend at Village Hall. just down the road from the Maridor's original location.
It's really going to be a place where this part of Framingham comes alive for the evening with lots of music, lots of dancing, and lots of fun getting to know each other, connecting again.
Dan says the event will bring back an experience that was otherwise lost to time.
I think it's impossible for anybody under a certain age to imagine what it was like. And it's magic. It is. What happens on the dance floor and the band, it's live, it's interaction, it's something that could only be experienced in the room together.
While supper clubs have mostly faded, Anna and Dan believe there's value in bringing back their spirit of culture and community.
One of the things that we can take away from the Maridor is this importance of intentionally gathering and intentionally celebrating with each other as a community.
It can be a release. It can be a place to talk about, hey, the world is a mess right now, but we can still have a conversation, right? Maybe we disagree on something, but let's dance. That's amazing. So, yeah, I think we must have more of this now. Getting out amongst other people is the only way I think we can have a great community.
The Maridor is about amazing music. It is about Framingham being an entertainment center in Massachusetts. But it's also about how important it is to get together, to see each other on a regular basis, and to really have a special space and time set aside to be a community together.